Let's be totally and brutally honest here. Sean Corbin makes Valerie Brudov look like Ivan Drago. It's as simple as that. He's beat what's in front of him tonight. He faces me. He's going to visit mental demons again. And let's get something straight. Come to me, mate. You come to me. Next time, ain't no judge is going to be needed. I'm going to do worse than Kovalev. I am going to do worse than Kovalev.
On Saturday night, mate, you better hold it together. I'm going to smash it near you to pieces, mate. I'm going to hit him. When he gets in the ring and we get 10-ounce gloves on, I'm going to smash his head to bits. I'm going to do it November the 30th against all odds. No matter what people say, the journalists write what you want. All as I'll say is tune back in and then look at me on December the 1st when I am world champion. It's as simple as that.
I'm willing to die in that ring. It's as simple as that. I am willing to die. I'm willing to die, Saturday. Is he?
You fucking right. Back into the archives from 4 years ago, and we were treading a bit of a political correctness tightrope on this particular episode because they were cancelling the walk-on girls in darts, they were cancelling the walk-on girls in Formula One, and there was a bit of a concern that they were going to cancel the ring card girls in boxing as well. So our friend, Miss Bikini Island, Judy herself, on the call. Andy, you got away scot-free on this one. Don't worry. You didn't say anything on this particular interview.
Scot-free.
As I said, we were on a bit of a political correctness tightrope. And this features... Go on.
It was no Dave the Hater. It was Dave on the top.
Dave wasn't on it. Smido was on it. And Donny, I don't know whether it was a question or an interrogation. But listen to the end because Donny asks what I think is the longest question that has ever been asked. So here we are with Judy back in 2018 talking about the banning of ring card girls.
I've done it.
A lot of the feminists, they're described as feminazis. That they think that you're like sort of airheads who don't realise that you're being exploited.
Like we're not airheads. We know exactly what we're doing.
I think sometimes, do you ever feel like you're objectified? Anyone ever tried to sort of grab hold of you or anything like that?
I am sick to death of people being offended and trying to make decisions on behalf of other people. I think it's an excellent example to some of the young girls out there of a way where, you know, they can do one thing and then help to develop it in other ways as well.
A glowing endorsement for you there from Smido, Judy. And in the piece, Judy, I read that your sister's recently come out as a feminist. And do you think it's only a matter of time before we have a transgender ring card girl? What would you think of that?
To anything. I'm open to everything.
Excellent stuff. That's good to hear.
Yes, Judy. No, I was actually just thinking, it was funny you were saying how much difficulty goes into, if you're going to be a model, there's a lot of, fitness training and everything. Obviously, you want to look good. And it made me think, actually, and I don't know if you've ever thought about this before, but, at the weigh-ins, the ring card girls always appear at the weigh-ins as well. And you must kind of, I don't know if have you ever thought about there's a kind of a commonality there between you and the fighters? Both of you have done quite a bit of training to look, at your very best for these occasions. It's kind of a weird exercise in and of itself. I mean, you have basically a predominantly male journalistic boxing, crowd, all of the fans, and they're up there sort of analyzing the fat content of the different male fighters' bodies, and at the same time you're standing there right there next to them. Have you ever thought about it in that way before?
No, I really don't.
Mr. Wellington, you've had a very productive week at work, I see.
Oh, that is brilliant.
That's why he's so good as a lawyer. He just fucking talks so much. You don't know where the fuck you're at, and at the end, you'll believe whatever it is just to get this to be over with.
He sounds
Donnie
like
Bean, that's
fucking,
what we're going to start calling him now, by the way. Donnie Bean.
Donnie, he's like fucking Adam Levine in the DMs. Oh, fuckity, fuck yourself, fucking hot freaking goddamn it.
Rob, all I'm going to say, Rob, is it's fucked up that people are using this as a chance to rip on Maroon 5. What a man! They brought back the funk. They brought back the funk, and this is not cool. Fucking,
Can't
this is
trust
the 20th
someone that writes that
anniversary
many love
of songs
songs.
about James.
Cannot trust someone that writes that many love songs. You gotta
He's
look
a
at what's going
hoe.
on there.
He's a fucking hoe. I mean, I think we've all had our hoe days.
Judy at the end. No, I really
He's
don't.
wanting to call the fucking newborn baby after the fucking side piece. That's fucking more than anyway. Let's not go there. Steve's
Rob.
not going to bed.
I'm not going to dump Rob in it, but I can remember him going ballistic in the background after that fucking episode. But yeah, okay, yeah, we know.
Fucking hell. I
I
like the
don't
way.
remember Steve insinuating basically, and basically, was there any evidence that the feminists called Judy and her friends airheads, or was that just an opinion of S-Welling boxing that you passed off as a feminist, and basically there was no evidence to back it up? She got fucking offended by that as well. We're not airheads. We know exactly what we're doing.
I'm just here to ask the questions, don't I?
I thought, that's the part she's getting offended with. Not Steve speaking to her like she doesn't understand English. Like that wasn't the fucking part she was offended by.
Hey, she's making waves in the game now. Is Judy? She's winning all sorts of awards.
Yeah, she's into that bodybuilding stuff or something. Yeah.
Pound for pound.
She fairly dropped in some likes, Rob, on the Compia likes. I think I counted about 125. I had to cut them out.
It's a shame. That's why I didn't like her. She was fucking taking my like.
Speaking of bodybuilders, there's this video that Eddie Hall, the fucking fucking powerlifter, has put up, where he goes to this restaurant in Manchester that's an American style diner where they just talk shit to you. Yeah, they just talk shit to you. They're talking shit to Eddie Hall. It's the fucking greatest thing you've ever seen. Seriously.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's the funniest thing is when people don't know that that's the point of the restaurant and they go in and like the basically the waitresses or like the waiter just says they'll sit down and they're like, what the fuck are you doing here, you prick? And just all sorts of like obscene. It's fucking unbelievable, like some of the stuff that they say. But yeah, it was. I've seen that video. It's funny. It's funny.
If I could get a job there, I'd immigrate.
To be fair, I listened to that during the week and I thought, you know what, this isn't my finest hour, but then I thought, fuck it, I'll just cut it anyway.
That Donny bit was quality, mate.
She knew what the crack was. She was putting herself out there for the interview, wasn't she? She wanted
she was on Instagram actually straight after the interview because she was getting some of Dave's comments and that and kind of like putting up on Instagram. But what I was going to say, Steve, you actually fucking missed a bit out there. You could have really have fucking just signed it off beautifully with Donny saying just at the end of the question, I've done it,
I'll try and put that in for next time if I can find it.
Crying like a little bitch.
I'm fucking laughing like one the new anyway.
Try and put it in next time, like Donny.
A bit of spit and polish will do it.
Oh dear. Right, let's move on to Bellew of the Week then. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. I'll try and fish out another one for next week if I can. First nomination here is for Lee Wiley Boxing, top boxing analyst. He wrote straight after the Canelo Triple G fight, some signs of physical decline from Canelo, but his mind remains as sharp as ever. He quickly recognised Triple G jabbing back in round one.
Wow. Wow.
Unrivaled
Content, man. Fucking Ben Davison been dropped as well. Fucking hell. By the way, I've got to laugh at this though. He quickly recognised Triple G jabbing back. Is that not the main fucking punch of a boxer? The jab? Is it not the main fucking punch they teach you when you step into the gym for the first time?
It's like he went over and sat with fucking Eddie Reynoso and was like, they hit you back. Worked it out. Don't worry, Eddie.
Ryan Deal, Rob. Ryan Deal did this. And unrivaled work from Ryan Deal. He went one better, and he actually done this one. Some physical signs of decline from Lebedev, but his mind remains as sharp as ever. He quickly recognised Jones jabbing back in round one.
That fight was fucking vile.
Oh, that was. You know it's bad when I'm shouting at the tail like you should the fucking fight, mate. That's when you know it's bad.
On Canelo, by the way, did anyone see the footage of about the press conference for the weigh-in for Triple G? And someone shouts in the crowd, obviously something in Spanish, I don't know what it was, right? But they captioned it on Instagram, and I just see Canelo breaking his balls laughing, like, and he looks up like to see who said it, and I was like, I have to fucking Google translate this, like, so it translated to Canelo would you knock up my wife and give me a son?
Brilliant.
Jesus fuck.
And he just looks up like, who the fuck said that? He breaks his balls laughing like amazing.
You got to add him in for saying he's going to fight Benavides because he's a Mexican, but then
And
fucking forgets he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
That's right.
I looked at it and then I thought, Eddie Hearn must have learned Spanish, did he? What the fuck?
It knocked me up. There's Eddie looking on.
Brutalmente.
Brutalmente on Esther. There's Canelo
Look
with the
where Eddie's got
crown.
his hands today, by the way.
Right, exactly. Picking pockets. And there's Diamante in the background as well, enjoying himself.
Diamante is picking Eddie's pocket with his fucking octopus hands.
Ryan Deal, he's been on overtime with the WBC royalty belt. Some fools claiming that this isn't real.
Oh, surely not. I'm just trying to think to see if you just like removed Hewitt and put someone else in there, like everybody else in that list. No, I'm not going to say it. Fuck it.
The WBC have created. I'm not an NFL fan, as you know, Andy, but you might be. Apparently, some kind of NFL WBC belt or something. Someone sent this in to me during the week.
That must be a while ago. Ozzy will be able to correct me, but I'm sure that's Jason Garrett, who was the head coach to the Cowboys. He's no longer there, so I've no idea how old that picture is. Must be at least 2-3 year old now, possibly.
Yeah, definitely. You're right, Andy.
Yeah, was sent to me during the week.
Did someone draw that picture or something? Look at the fucking state of that. Like, what's going on there? The 3D rendering of what a former NFL coach would look like with a WBC belt.
It might render this guy. Here he is, old Scam Jones. You can't blend in when you're born to stand out. Hashtag Sunday Quote Day. We should have Sunday Quote Day, shouldn't we, on here?
Yeah, we should, mate. We absolutely should. We absolutely should.
He's looking
the banter juice that one, eh?
He's looking well. Meanwhile, over at Bieber, got a fight report coming in here. Coulson and Piers secure world crowns on Saturday night. A capacity crowd packed into the Shirebrook Leisure Centre in Mansfield, as you do, to watch the latest fare from Chris Boyle's Xbox promotional outfit that was headed by 2 World Championship contests.
I never knew boxing took part in fucking Mansfield, apart from outside the pubs, you know, fucking hell.
Well, there we are. Prior to the Coulson-Gomez WBU World Championship fight was another female championship contest between Birmingham's Nicole Goldsmith and Nicaragua's Jamaleth Vallejos for the Jane Couch MBE Super Flyweight Challenge Belt.
All right, Matt, you missed it there, mate. You need to catch up that one. A wee episode for chicks for digs.
I'll have to review.
Yeah, the Jane Couch MBE Super Flyweight Challenge Belt, Matty. Are you familiar?
This is a new one to me.
There you are. Can't say that anymore. The IBO title was fought for quite heavily over the weekend. Maxie Hughes holds it. Anthony Kakachi holds it as well. But in an unrelated Instagram message, Andy, famous names who held the IBO title, they protested too much, I think.
Yep.
Alex Lewis, Klitschko, Fury, Joshua. It's in no means an afterthought.
Absolutely not, mate. I mean, you just look at the luminary of names there. All Hall of Famers, probably first ballots, not if I can see correctly here. Mostly, well, maybe no Joshua, but I'm telling you, one of the big five, as you say, mate, one of the big five, IBOs to be respected. And why would Shakur Stevenson not back a fight with Maxie Hughes? He's an IBO champion, so get it made.
Get that unification made.
At this stage, it doesn't fucking matter, does it? It could be the fucking whoop-de-woo belt. It doesn't really fucking matter. There's so many belts. Like, why not? Bring the IBO in, let them in.
There's a belt on the line every other week, isn't there? Fucking hell.
Get them in, get a few more world champions. That's what you need. Fucking 10-0 world champions. There's not enough of them, if you ask me.
Bring back the WBU.
WBF, mate.
Excuse me, Matty, you weren't paying attention, clearly. The WBU World Championship fight was on the line at the weekends in the Shirebrook Leisure Centre.
Jesus fuck, I didn't even catch that. It was WBU. All these acronyms just kind of blend together at the end of the day, Steve.
Is it the German version or the UK version? Question. There's a fight over the WBU licensing ownership.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah.
Eddie.
It's all going on. Angelo nominating this one. The Hearn Matchroom ticket scam has no bounds. EHSC 93 went to the Canelo Triple G fight last weekend. Bought the VIP package. Description said signed glove. Excited or exited. Both are two of my favourite boxers. Went to pick up package at Boxing Fan Expo day of the fight. Signed by Eddie Hearn himself. Who wants Eddie Hearn's autograph? Long story short, I got hustled.
Oh my God.
That's this evening, Ed. This is up there with charging the people for the pizza in the fight in his back garden, isn't it? Like signed gloves and you get his signature. Who the fuck wants that, man? For fuck's sake.
I mean, he's best pals with Canelo. How can he not get his fucking
glove?
autograph? Isn't he? Yeah. He's best pals with Canelo. He's got a picture of Canelo on his fucking mantelpiece in the house. How can he not get a fucking...
Why can't he just get the two of them to sign glove?
Exactly. What a cunt. That's the type of cunt move at Hearn pulls, by the way. He wonders why we hate on him. What a cunt.
Who would do that, man? Sign gloves. It was just Eddie signed them. And you bet it wasn't even Eddie that signed them. You know it was Frank Smith did it. Like.
I'll tell you who did it. I'll tell you who does that, Rob. A man with a huge fucking ego who fancies his fucking bar or something rotten, mate. Thinks he's a top tatty. Uncle Frank's back, though. Uncle Frank is back.
Uncle Frank.
Evening, Ed.
Back in town. Here we are. Time to watch a trial fight in Mexico and Pro Box. There's the 16-year-old Rob. Cue your Roy Jones Jr. nomination.
Yeah, there's a guy that Jones is training. I think he's from Pensacola. His name is some Irish name, Dan Murphy or Anthony fucking Murphy, something fucking like he could be my neighbor, but he's from Pensacola. And I was looking at Jones and he got a win with him, so I checked out his Instagram, and there's this reel there, like, and it's like all like a montage of like footage of him when he's a child or an actor playing him as a child, kind of, and like he's doing the monologue, and it's all about like he's got some catchphrase about glory is permanent and hard work now and for glory is forever or something like. And I was thinking, wow, like he must have had a fucking really like, you know, kind of. I was like, how have I never heard of this fella? Like he must have had like a fucking kind of secret trajectory like to get to this point. I looked at his fucking bio, 4-0. He's 4-0, cutting fucking promo reels for himself like the fucking trailer for Creed. Unbelievable. What's going on with these fucking fights? We just go and beat someone first before you start fucking doing these videos. Like, unbelievable. He's narrating it himself and he's got his logo up there and everything. I gotta go find the guy. We play it some week, but fuck me, man. It puts makes Ryan Garcia look like fucking Ricardo Mayorga.
He looks a bit like Ryan Garcia, doesn't he, on the telly?
That's crying Garcia.
Crying Garcia.
Well, I hope you're happy you offended Oz.
Ozzy's gone, man. He's iced. He's had enough here.
You know what it's like with Bellew of the Week.
He's not built for 12, guys. He's not built for 12.
Nothing from Oz. Declan has nominated Popo Freitas. I can't quite remember why now. Is he fighting a YouTuber or music show? Oh, I can't remember.
He's fighting Pele, mate. I mean, he's fighting a fucking
Pele, that's what it was. He's fighting Pele, absolutely. Well, you never know. It might be the real Pele.
What?
That's what it says here.
No. Oh, Ozzy's back with a bang. I don't know who it is. He's fighting Pele anyway. Maybe they'll get on the commentary. This guy, Steve Bunce, boxing expert.
Yes, Buncey.
Joe Kennedy nominating him for being a boxing expert, of course. We all agree. Here we go. Billy Boxing has nominated this. Tim Boxeo, Russian white supremacist, convicted felon, an all-round nice guy. Vyacheslav Datsik blasts out former Russian MMA star Alexander Emelianenko with a KO1 win in their heavyweight bout from Moscow, Russia. Get them on top, I say, Matty.
If he's doing that, mate, he'll be getting immobilised shortly up to the fucking Russian army to start fucking.
Sexual slavery.
Considering how hard it's going to be for this, for any country that has people of color to travel to Russia for a while here, he's got to feel conflicted about the fact that he's only going to be beating up white people.
Yeah, but maybe they're not like pure Aryan white people. They could be fucking race traders. Anyway, I want to see him in with Wilder if they are his sentiments. Let's have it with Wilder. If that's the way he really feels. Let's see how he feels when it's fucking coming the other way. Bomb squad, baby, to this day.
To this day. Ben Russell, Kate and Jay McCann evidence-based investigation. There he is, Rob. Old $1 million crawler himself. Rich Planet.
It's becoming uncanny now, isn't it? You fucking see, that's Neil Sanders with the towel. You can't see his face.
Oh man, who's that? Who's he in the ring with there? I'm not sure who that was.
Peter Hyatt, statement analyst.
That's Rhiannon Dixon.
Oh, is it right? Yeah, he's with Rhiannon. Old Richard D. Hall himself. Here's one for you, Ozzy. Matthew Butters. Poor Shane looked like he absolutely shot himself there. You've been talking a lot of crap. Things got heated and awkward between Joe Boxer and Shane Watson. Thing is with these things, Ozzy, why Shane Watson? Why would he be shitting himself? What is the worst that's going to happen legitimately here? I mean, maybe Parker could get hold of him backstage, but in front of the camera, he's not likely to chin him, is he?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if he did, fucking hell,
he'd lose his
he
license.
wouldn't get. He wouldn't be. Yeah, exactly. So he wouldn't be getting that payday. But yeah, poor old Shane Watson certainly he soiled himself. Absolutely soiled himself when Parker confronted him. And won't mind. Parker's a nice character. Can you imagine he was mouthing off against someone like fucking Chisora or Wilder,
yeah.
who genuinely would probably ensure that they got fucking he had a slap off camera as well. So yeah, absolutely bottled it. He handled it okay actually, but you could tell he was fucking nervous. But you're right. What is Parker gonna do? Trying to humiliate him? Can't touch him.
Can't touch this. We've got here. Dave Caldwell has been nominated by Brian King. Things are heating up in the podcast scene. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. Me, Windass Jr. and Sam Jones, yeah, it sounds like fun, have turned our group chat into a podcast, Ball and Brawl, talking about the two best sports on the planet. Like and subscribe, Andy. Bit of Ball and Brawl.
I hate that ball bag Windass, by the way, right? I'll tell you a funny story, right? This is fucking God's pure truth. Brian was there that night, right? Him and Wes Fotheringham, who was a keeper for Rangers at the time, they were ringside for the Josh Taylor fight against O'Hara Davis, right? And I says, I'm going to bam up Windass because he's thick as fuck, right? I went air to speak to Big Wes, right? I think he's keeper at Sheffield United these days, right? I went air to Big Wes and fucking Windass seen me coming. He's getting ready for me to take a picture with him. I says, no, I want to speak to Wes, mate. And he was fucking raging.
You're not going to get invited on Ball and Brawl.
Fuck him, mate. Can't be bored with that fucking knob, man. He's fucking thick as fuck.
Get subscribing. Lou DiBella and Eddie going backwards and forwards. Declan's nominated him. Eddie lying again. Stop being cute, says Lou. Are you ever fucking honest? Talking about the Boazzi Pascal Vardo agreement. Eddie with an honesty shocker.
I said sign glove, mate. I didn't say who was going to sign it.
Mate, I think it's really interesting. This, by the way, about the all this no Varda. DiBella did the Warren. He got out the emails, and what's on the email doesn't lie.
Yeah.
And it proved again, Eduardo might be letting essentially don't let the facts get in the way of his story. And yeah, convenient time.
Rooney, mate. It was Kevin Rooney. It was he'd emailed one of is it George Leon? I think it is. I think he might be a manager of some sort. He's a former manager, like Zol Erdai and Carlos Hernandez. He's got emails or a text message, I believe, stating for Rooney that I said it wasn't going to happen weeks ago. So here we are, deadline day, and they're fucking running the pish. But the thing is, Pascal allegedly has got his paperwork in for VADA testing. So if that is true, Eddie, why not let the fucking process run? Why not just let the paperwork be processed, and as soon as the fight is signed, that's when testing starts. Because when fucking Floyd signed for a fight, his testing was no more or less than 8 weeks, I believe, out from the fight. So they've shattered.
You shouldn't be getting tested by VADA if you're not in a signed deal. Like they're not. It's for in competition only, isn't it? So ultimately, until that deal is signed, then yeah, absolutely. But they've been shown up here, I think. DiBella basically, I think, just got. But look at that. Stop being cute. Are you ever fucking honest? And it says it there in black and white. And oh man, you can tell who it's been sent to: Frank Smith, Tom Dallas, Sean Palmer.
Boxing Talk G.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Almost.
That's the guy, mate. That's the guy who's the manager, Carlos Hernandez, back in the day, and Zol Erdai. That's the guy we're talking about. He must be Pascal's manager or acting for him in some sort of capacity. But he's really pulled Eddie's pants down because Eddie was running it with the YouTubers and that type of stuff, stating, they wouldn't put it in the contract, for example. You need to bear in mind the fucking purse bid was only 3 weeks ago, and the contract, I believe, was sent like the day before the deadline. But if you look at the contract that they sent, they used the template, the IBF template contract, or I believe. And there was no bit in there about VADA, but they wanted that included. But it's not a requirement. There's no requirement till that
It
fight
slows
is
them
signed.
up anyway. What are they
Signed
doing
and
having
deal.
Buatsi fighting fucking Pascal in the first place?
Exactly,
What the
mate.
fuck is that fight being made for in the first place? And now there's a hurdle over it. Like it's just the show rolls on. Like done it with them. Like
honestly, mate, with Buatsi, what are they doing with him? Because again, this was an IBF final eliminator, so this was worth. You know, like we can shit on the fight all it is, but this was a worthwhile, a big opportunity. They've knocked this back now. You know, is it going to go back to purse bids again? What's going to happen? And then, conveniently, 2 days before pulling out of this fight, an offer goes in to Buatsi to fight Callum Smith. Well, hang on. If you were all set on fighting, you know, Jean Pascal and Eduardo was agreeing to that, why is he making offers to fight other people in his stable? You know, people, some of these YouTubers do not call him out on stuff like this whatsoever. They just sit there like fucking puppies and just lapping it all up. You know, don't question him on anything. I'm not saying, you know, like you need to have like interrogate him on everything, but stuff like this is just completely overlooked all the time. You know, and Lou DiBella there has got it in black and white, and they've been completely, you know. And Frank Warren's pissed off as well because this was, I think this was going to be the chief support to a Dubois show in November or December. This is a good fight, you know. This was decent. That's fallen to pieces now as well. So, yeah, who knows?
What's the money coming from, mate, for a Callum Smith fight? I mean, Smith would be wanting millions. Fucking
mate,
millions, mate.
yeah.
And he's not even a draw.
Mate, Smith as well. For me, Buatsi is domestic level at the moment. He's not got any sort of real win that highlights that he's anywhere near world level. And this Pascal fight, I don't think was a walk in the park for him either, by the way. I'm not saying that, you know, he was going to fall short, but I think it would have been more difficult than people think. So for Smith, he'll want millions. I mean, it's a pay-per-view fight. It's not a pay-per-view fight, but the only way they're generating any sort of extra dough is through pay-per-view. And it's not a pay-per-view fight either. It's not. Would it sell out the O2? Maybe at a push. I can't see it though, personally.
Limited capacity, mate. Reduced capacity, possibly. Aye, they're not going to sell.
Yeah, 10, 12,000, something like that. Yeah, I just can't see it. But Andy, this is just another chapter in the fucking book and the career of Joshua Buatsi. His career has been a complete shambles from start to current time now. He's been managed awfully. Awful. You know, shit on, you know, Anthony Yard and stuff like that, all you want for ability. But Anthony Yard is getting prepped for his second crack at a world title now. Buatsi's not even close to a shot at the moment. Absolutely nowhere near. Exactly. And who had the background as well, who had the bigger background, the bigger profile when turning over. And like I said, I go back, you can shit on Warren all you want, but he delivers for his fighters in these situations. Yard's getting geared up for a second opportunity at a world title, while Buatsi is in absolute no man's land, pulling out of final eliminators for a world title against Jean Pascal. It's just a shambles, and fuck knows what's going to happen. You know, because it's unpredictable. You've just no idea whatsoever. I've been told he's not happy at Matchroom as well. Does he want to move on? Does he want to start afresh elsewhere? For me, he's nothing to lose because, you know, unless, you know, his team are turning down all sorts in the background, from what we always hear, that's not the case. And simply, you know, they've been too cautious with him, not giving him, you know, like the correct... Like that Marco Kalic fight, do you remember that?
Yeah.
What an awful fight that was. That ended up being harder than it was, actually, and, you know, a better
Toughest
test.
Fight, yeah. Toughest pro
Yeah,
fight,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. But who the fuck is Marco Kalic, by the way? You know, it was billed on this. Alan Babbage spotted him, you know, and give him this rare, you know, this rave review. Bullshit. He was brought over to get banged out, and Buatsi struggled with him. But the way he's been managed from start to finish, they rushed him through domestic level. I think he won the British, beat Liam Conroy. Now we're vacating that now. Have 2 or 3 defences. Build him. Instead, there was this obsession to get up the levels, and now they're pulling out of final eliminators for world titles. All because of apparent VADA things. And it's in black and white on the fucking screen now for those watching on YouTube, stating there, Lou DiBella, by the way, Jean Pascal's promoter, I have instructed VADA that the programme may begin when we have signed bout agreements from both fighters Pascal's application and whereabouts have been submitted to VADA. Why would you go to that effort if you're not agreeing to it? He's not just submitting it for the crack to give VADA the runaround. That is evidence and clear that they were willing to enroll in VADA for this fight. And Hearn and Matchroom are saying complete otherwise. It's bullshit. Absolute bollocks.
You know it's bad when Lou DiBella of old is back firing out more fucks than a fucking porn star about a mortgage, wasn't he? He was going fucking ballistic. Absolutely mental.
Good. You know, he likes to talk the talk in front of the camera, and it's me against the world. Well, now you know fucking why. Because he's a grade A bullshitter. That's what he is. He's a liar. He's a compulsive liar. I think he believes his own lies as well. You know, they didn't want the fight. They don't want this. They don't want that. It's in black and white, mate.
But guess what, mate? Who else is doing shows in Australia and Dubai and Spain and Italy and fucking America and that? Eddie, the man.
I tell you what, I don't want to like, take the fucking Bellew of the week off the fucking tracks at all anymore. But I'm kind of with Eddie in the Fury one, in the Fury Joshua thing, because he's seen it, like, hasn't he? He said, like, fucking, I don't know what he's doing. We're taking the offer seriously. We're having the chat. Whoop-de-whoop. The contract's a bit fucked up, and I feel like he's going to fight someone else.
Joshua was saying he's going to sign the contract, though, mate. Joshua was saying he's going to sign the contract.
Well, maybe they might be trying to pull his bluff now, like, and if the fight goes ahead, it is what it is. But I believe firmly that he's fighting Manny Char. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No.
To see Ed, I was sticking up for you there, Ed.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Well, Kelly, sticking up for Ed. Those are all the ones I've got. Who have you got, Matty? Any nominations? Bellew of the Week 493, please.
Nah, I've been too sick to pay much attention this weekend, Steve.
Good lad. Hope it's not fatal. Andy, any for you, please?
Yeah, one for Jake Paul, mate. He's basically calling out Eddie and Matchroom, and who's the judge again? Glenn Feldman, I think it was.
Feldman.
Basically saying that they paid off the judge. That's the reason why Serrano got beat off Taylor. And what was it? The cards at the weekend, I think it was. Was it Canelo Golovkin? Sorry, I forget which other fight he was talking about. So anyway, Eddie's sent in his bulldog, Frank is it Salzano. They're wanting $100 million in damages. Good luck with that, mate. That ain't happening, I wouldn't think. Espinosa getting involved in this gibberish that fucking Eddie was trying to spin us with the pay-per-view numbers for last week. So obviously there was a bit of dispute going on about how many of the buys actually did. I think they kind of settled on a 1.06 million pay-per-view buys. And it later transpires that they're also including the zone subscribers into the count for the pay-per-view numbers. So as Eddie, I think, was saying, I think it was to Andy on ID Boxing, it was saying that so if you bought the pay-per-view, but in other territories where you just got it on subscription, that counts as a buy. So I wonder what the real number really is. I think it'll be fucking far south of fucking 1 million buys, I can guarantee you. And that's it, mate, I think, really. Oh, sorry, the guy with the fucking the Union Jack fucking
the inspector,
the waistcoat,
yeah.
Aye, the inspector. One for him as well, mate.
That was a good one. Rob, any from you, please?
No, just your man. The fucking
cat. How's the cat fight going?
The cat's gone. The cat's gone now. Fucking disappeared. He's like a rental shot UFO.
Like Crawler. Any for me, please?
No, Andy had mine with the Jake Paul being sued for $1 million, which recently revealed now papers have been officially submitted to sue Jake Paul for the sum as stated previously. So yeah, Hearn's been serious on this one.
What Eddie?
Hearn's been serious. Yep, there we go. Right, let's go over them very quickly then before we get out of here for the evening. First of all, we had Lee Wiley with Unrivaled Analysis. Then we had Ryan Deal doing a little bit of a spoof on that. We had Canelo with his crown. We had the royalty belt, the NFL belt, which is an old one but a good one. We had Scam Jones. We had the WBA Championship and the Jane Coach belt. We had the IBO title as well. We had Eddie signing gloves on behalf of we had the young fella, old Prince Andrew. We had Popo Freitas fighting against Pele. We had the boxing expert. We had Tim Boxeo's Russian supremacist. We had Richard Paul with his unrivaled investigation work. We had Shane Watson shitting himself. We had the Heat is On podcast. We got the Buatsi Bout Agreem net. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that one, the Battle of the Boogeymen, apparently Andrade against Beterbiev. I think we added that one in the other week. So we shall leave it for tonight. Matty, quite a strong week. Who are you going for?
Oh, I just think we'll just roundly give it to Eddie. Let's do that.
Oh, roundly giving it to Eddie for Matty. Who are you going for, Andy?
Yeah, I'll go for Eddie, mate. He's had a fucking absolute mare this week. Shite card last night. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Eduardo. Good evening.
There's 2 for Eduardo. Rob, who are you going for?
I kind of want to go for fucking Fury and all for this fucking shite shenanigans, but I've covered it enough. So Eddie for the sign glove. That's amazing, by the way.
Multiple offences.
That was definitely the pick of it all.
Nearly spit out a 6-pound pizza when you heard that. Jesus, I'm upset. So yeah, evening, Ed. You can have it this week.